Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am planning the week of February 15th through the 21st using this very old kit, kit 105 or 106, excuse me, from Planner Kate. And as you can see, it wasn't a complete kit. I just had that sampler sheet and a bunch of extra add-ons like that were left over from a previous time I used this. And so I had to pull in some extras, and one of those, or both of those extras that I showed were from Glam Planner, the full box checklist, as well as those glitter headers. I guess technically those aren't really glitter, it's more of a different texture. And then I also pulled in some of this washi from Scribble Prints Co. And this washi is extremely old. As you can tell, actually you probably can't really tell on camera, but it is matte. If that tells you how old it is, if you've been a fan of Scribble Prints Co. for a while, you'll know that the matte is very old. And anyway, so now I'm just putting the washi down. I always start with the foundation of the spread, which I consider the bottom washi, date headers if there are any, glitter headers, deco if there is any, and the sidebar, as well as the weekend banner. So I'm just doing that right now. And lately what I've been doing in these memory keeping spreads is if the kit doesn't come with glitter headers, which not all of them do, some of the older kits I have don't have any because I didn't used to plan that way, I always put the glitter headers on the top to kind of cover that weird rectangle box up top and the rounded corners as well. And if it doesn't come with anything else, that's all the glitter headers I do. I don't divide the day into thirds, but obviously if it does come with glitter headers, then I will put that in the spread. So now moving on to the sidebar, both those stickers were from, or actually the habit tracker was from a kit or a shop that I actually don't really remember the name of, but the header is from Scribble Prints, Glam Planner. And then again, those like squiggle dividers are from Planner Kate. I've been using them for the past couple of spreads. And as I mentioned previously, the full box is from Glam Planner. I just found a random pink one that I thought would work well. And then the quarter box and the full box are both from the kit. So now moving on to Monday. This was the day that Colton and I celebrated Valentine's Day since he had to work that Sunday, but he was off Monday and Tuesday, which is why I put the weekend banner on Monday and Tuesday instead of Saturday and Sunday, because that's technically our weekends. And this day, we went to the Miami Zoo. I have been wanting to go there for a pretty long time, and I've never been. So we wanted to go this day, and we actually had a lot of fun. We actually ended up spending the whole day there, which is we will see after I'm done with the sidebar. I'm just putting the dinners down all at once since it's a little bit easier. But we ended up spending the entire day there, which means we didn't really have enough time to really do anything else, which was totally fine. That was the plan. But I had trouble thinking of a good way to mark down an entire day's worth of events where we only really did one big thing. So as you'll see, I believe I do the washi at the very end. I just pull some pink and blue washi from my collection and pretty much cover the entire day with the washi instead. So I'm not really entirely happy with the way it turned out, but I think it kind of signifies that we were at the zoo the entire day. So as you can see here, that was last week's spread. I'll go ahead and card that up in the link above. But I'm just cutting the excess stickers from the deco stickers that I got at a Target dollar spot years ago off, because some of these stickers, at least in this collection specifically, are kind of big, and I actually think it looks better if you have a little bit of an overhang to it. Some of the deco stickers in other shops do them kind of small, so they're small enough where the full sticker can fit on the page, but I don't mind having that little bit of an overhang. I think it adds a little bit dimension to it, and kind of, I don't know, extends the decoration a little bit. And as I mentioned, these stickers were not part of this collection. I got them at the Target dollar spot a couple years ago, but because the colors, like mainly the pinks and the blues, really coordinated with the sticker kit that I was using, and since this sticker kit, I only had the functional, or what does Planner Kate call it? The sampler. That's all I had to use for this spread, since that's the way I used to plan. I don't really do that anymore. I use more stickers now since it's more of a memory keeping, so I need more full boxes, more deco, things like that. I decided to supplement from my collection, and you'll see in some of the other functional stickers, like especially the icons and maybe some of the full and half boxes and stuff like that, you'll see me pull from my collection. And I really tried to stick with Planner Kate since I was using her kit, so I wanted to stick with her color schemes and the texture or the material of the sticker paper to be roughly the same. So I tried to stick with Planner Kate. When I didn't have a Planner Kate sticker that worked for the need, I just used anything in my collection. And as I mentioned earlier, we were at the zoo all day, so we didn't really have much to do once we got home, but I did want to mark down the few things that we did do once we got back. So starting with once we got back, I just chilled and watched a couple episodes of Frasier. I used the appointment box from the kit, and then I just used the TV icon that I made for myself. I do not sell that, that's just for personal use. And then I read, and that book sticker is also from Planner Kate. And then I did some laundry, and both of those stickers were from the collection, I believe. Maybe not the laundry sticker, but that is also a Planner Kate sticker. As you can see, kind of off to the side there with the shopping carts, I like to keep leftover stickers. I don't really do it anymore just because I have such a backlog that I'm trying to use what I have and then donate the rest. But when I used to keep stickers from older kits, I would keep everything and just organize it by type. Sometimes by color, is you'll see with like the functional items, but the icons, I just did it by type because so many were coming in and out. It was just kind of hard to keep track of all of them and make sure it was still in color order. So moving on to Tuesday, we went grocery shopping at Publix in the morning, and then I spent some time planning, followed by laundry again, and then we watched some New Girl, followed by cleaning out the closet. So if you watch my videos, my goals video with the Cultivate What Matters power sheets, you'll see that one of the big goals this year is to declutter our apartment, mainly because we will be moving soon. So I want to move with less things and also just have less clutter in general, since Colton and I have been kind of accumulating things from college and post-grad and not really getting rid of anything. So now is the time to do it. So in February, the main goal was to clean out the closet. So we did all of that this day, which I'm very proud of us. And then later that afternoon, or probably more closer into the evening, we had a double date with my friend and we played Villainous. So she has that game set in her apartment with her boyfriend, or now fiance, and Colton and I have that same set as well. And Villainous is a really good game to play virtually because it's not like a universal game board. You kind of have your own game board for yourself, so you just kind of can verbally or even visually over the computer screen see what's going on. You don't really need to interact with one another, at least not too much. So that was a great game to play and a great way to connect and have a date night while still being socially distant. And I mean, that's the only way we could have a date night because she lives across the country. I'm in Florida, she's in California. And I think we'll probably stick to that. We haven't done another one recently, but I think we will do another one soon. So moving on to Wednesday, I'm working from the bottom up, and I do that sometimes just so I know how much space I have instead of working the top down, just because I knew I wanted to put the washi up top on this day. So I wanted to work from the bottom up to know exactly how much washi I needed to put down. So I'm going to start with the bottom. We ended the day watching Captain America Civil War. Colton and I are currently working through Marvel, and this day we happened to watch the third Captain America. I think Winter Soldier's the second one, I believe. So this was the third Captain America. I think it's kind of about halfway through the Marvel series. And I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji for Captain America. And then before that, our landlords came over briefly just to meet us because they kind of switched management, so they wanted to introduce themselves. And so they came by just to look at the apartment very briefly. They were only here for like 5 minutes, masks were on the entire time. It was completely safe. And then since the landlords were coming over, we cleaned a little bit before they got here. Not like too much of a deep clean, just kind of spot clean to make sure things were tidy and not obvious. And granted, we kept good care of the apartment since we've been here, but just in case, kind of make sure the landlords are happy. And then just before that, I worked all day and had a COVID test in the morning because my school requires it, students, and I think faculty as well, to take a COVID test every single week. So moving on to Thursday, I watched some YouTube in the morning, followed by To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I watched the third and final movie in this series, and I liked it. I think the first one was the best movie out of all of them, and I've also read the books, and this one was the farthest away from the book, in my opinion, and the books are always better. So if you like to watch the movie, I recommend it. If you've read the books, maybe not watch it. It not necessarily will ruin it for you because they really were good movies, but they don't really stick to the book that much, like normal, honestly. So I'm not too surprised. And then every Thursday we had the Fish Lab coffee break, which was just to hang out with other lab mates from school virtually. It's all on Zoom. And then, as you saw previously, I put down another movie marquee also from Planner Kate. All of these stickers are from Planner Kate, except noted otherwise. The emotis and munchkins are from Coffee Monsters Co. and Once More with Love, respectively. And I just put down the Black Panther icon there since we watched Black Panther. Moving on to Friday, I went to Walgreens to pick up a prescription, and then I had a writing group in the morning, so I used that Planner Kate appointment label. And then right after that, I had seminar with my department for grad school. And then afterwards, I just relaxed and watched some YouTube, followed by a scrapbooking session. So Victoria Marie, I'll link her YouTube channel below. And every Friday, she does a live stream where she just scrapbooks a spread, and I decided to watch and also scrapbook along. So I just marked down that I scrapbooked with the which one did I use? The Once More with Love crafting munchkin. I also have a sheet very similar from the Coffee Monsters Co., and I guess this one just worked out the best. And then later that evening, Colton and I took a cooking class with GSA, which is Graduate Student Association. So school has been trying to put on a lot more virtual events that are obviously safe during this time. And one of them was a Zoom cooking class. So Colton and I attended that. I forgot what we made. I think it was just burgers and onion rings and stuff. It was okay. The class kind of moved a little bit slower. Though I think, in my opinion, the previous classes were a little bit better, but we still had a good time and learned some new recipes and made a really good dipping sauce, actually. So we did get something out of it. And then later that I realized here, actually, I meant to put it on Saturday. So moving on to Saturday, I'm starting with the bottom since I know I want to put the washi at the top. So in the evening, I finished it off by reading one of my books. I can't remember what I was reading at this point, but it was enough to mark down that I read. And then before that, I cleaned a little bit and then had, in the morning, I had volume 305, which is a book club with, again, the GSA, the Graduate Student Association. And I forgot I think February's book read was Where the Crawdads Sing. I actually really enjoyed it. Everyone else thought it was okay, but I really enjoyed that book. So I actually do recommend reading that book if you are interested. And then before book club, I watched Vampire Academy, and then I haven't marked it down yet, but I will. I watched a little bit of YouTube before that, and I think I just used a really big box to kind of take up some space there to fill the day, because I didn't really do much this day. So finally, moving on to Sunday, I read again in the morning, followed by a little bit of a planning session and some YouTube. And then I watched a lot of TV this day. So I watched Frasier and Suits. And again, the TV icons I made myself. And I also forgot to mention this planning icon. And I think a planning icon that I used previously, on Tuesday, those are both from Libby & Co. So I think other than the Munchkins, the emojis, and those two, I think those are the only stickers that aren't from Planner Kate, I believe. And also that movie marquee for the To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Again, I don't know what shop that's from. I won it in a giveaway, leftovers giveaway from another YouTuber, and I don't know the shop name. But anyway,
So after Suits, we had Family Book Club. Again, I forgot what February's read was. I think it was mine, honestly. I read Longborn by Joe Baker, I want to say, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't quite what I thought. It's like Pride and Prejudice universe. It was a little bit less Pride and Prejudice than I thought it would be, but it was still a good book. And then, as always, I Skyped my parents right afterwards, followed by a quick packing session, because the next week, if you're interested, make sure to subscribe to watch that plan with me that will be coming up shortly. But the following day, Monday and Tuesday, Colton and I went camping in the Everglades, and I will talk about that next week's plan with me. But I had a pack for that trip. And then again, finished out the evening by reading. And then here I'm just putting that YouTube sticker half box. Yeah, also from Planner Kate, wow, the glitter one, on Saturday, just to fill up a little bit more space. So as you can see here, I still have a ton of white space left to fill in with washi. And this kit did come with some of those thin washies that I have left over. Believe it or not, like way back in the day when I did, I still do budget with me's in my deluxe monthly planner, but before I used to just buy a couple of the add-ons from Planner Kate kits, and those would be enough for me. Now I make my own stickers, but if I didn't, I would just buy those from Planner Kate. Even though now she also sells what's called budget shells, she didn't when I did this before. So that shows you how old this kit is. And I wanted to make sure I finished all of the washi that came with this kit, because obviously it matches the colors and patterns perfectly. And then what I had left, I just used washi from my collection. So I'm just figuring out what fits, what doesn't. The problem with this thin washi, I don't mind the way it looks stacked. It actually looks pretty nice, especially with this pattern. It doesn't kind of, overlap with each other. But the thin washi, there's just not enough to fill all the white space that I need. So instead of putting two different pattern washi right next to each other, I put a little bit of washi and then like an event sticker or something, in this case that half box, and then another pattern washi from my collection. Just because, again, I don't like the look of two different pattern washis right next to each other. I typically only like to use or have one space of washi or a full box or whatever in my spread, but this week it just didn't really work out that way. Either I guess I just didn't have that many things going on, or I didn't feel like enough things were worthy to mark down in my memory planner. And that's okay. I think this was a good opportunity to use up some of my personal washi. I have a lot of it, and I honestly don't use it as much as I probably should. So this is a great way. And, for anyone out there, if you're thinking of ways to kind of use up your washi as well, purchase a kit and without the full boxes. It'll save you money, and it's a great way to be a little bit more creative with your spreads, as well as use some of the washi that you otherwise wouldn't have. And so because of that, it was one of the reasons why I really like the way that this spread turned out. Now, all of the colors don't perfectly coordinate with each other, just because there are different shades of pink, different shades of blue and whatnot. But I think it turned out really nicely. And again, I like it a little bit more just because I know I was able to use items that I otherwise wouldn't have. So again, I'm kind of just figuring out what washi I want where. I have a couple patterns and a couple solids. And as you can see, that bluish and kind of an orangey, pinkish red flower one I wasn't able to use. I thought that the colors just clashed a little bit too much. It just wasn't the right shade. And I think same with that washi there. I think that washi is just a little bit too orange for this spread, so I pull in a different washi. And what I try to do with spaces that are really big like this is use kind of like a bigger pattern, because I think if it's too busy and it's too small and it's like too repetitive, then it's a little bit too much. How many times can you say two in a sentence? But I think this was one of the ones that I just had to use it here, just because it was the one that fit the best. But like I said, otherwise, I don't think I would have really gone for this look, just because I think it's a little bit too much and a little bit too busy. And then the way it fit, it didn't quite fit perfectly, so I just cut one of the washi strips in half to fill in that extra space. And the good thing about this, what's it called? Chevron? washi is that when you do that, it doesn't really disrupt the pattern too much, so it looks like it's a continuous, basically full box instead of a bunch of washis lined up next to each other. And then I also wanted, for these really small spaces, that's where I wanted to put the solid washi, so it kind of doesn't take up too much room and look like a pretty much empty space, more or less. I wanted to use the pattern washi for those bigger spaces. And last but not least, I'm using this kind of zigzag blue washi here. Again, it didn't really fit in the space, so I had to cut it in half like before. So anyway, that is all for this week. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.